Alright, so today we're going to be VOD reviewing Mitr0 and how he W keys and how he fights, because something that I find fascinating with Mitr0 specifically is how simple he is. He, in a way, he likes to keep things simple because you don't need to be mechanical in every single fight. This is the thing that people misunderstand about Fortnite, is like you need to be fast to like outplay your opponent. If you truly understand the fundamentals of Fortnite and what makes a player good at fighting and what, you know, what the certain skills that you need to focus on to be good at fighting itself, you don't need to be fast. You just need to do the things that bring you the most amount of value in a fight, right? For example, like your aim. Your aim needs to be extremely good if you want to hit really hard shots and do a lot of DPS with your shotgun. And other things is like edit accuracy, making sure your edits are good. They don't necessarily actually have to be fast at all, otherwise people like Mitr0 and Bizzle wouldn't succeed, right? But they do. Mitr0 does have somewhat fast edits, right? But it's not faster than No Really and Mongrel, and he's okay with that because he doesn't care. Like, his accuracy is insane, his build placement is good, his piece control is good, but most importantly, his aim and his movement and all these things that are like really valuable in a fight, he's very good at. How is Mitr0 able to W key so well? But it does not require someone to be extremely mechanical to emulate this sort of playstyle. I guarantee you there's a lot of things to be learned here and a lot of things that are not immediately obvious to the average Fortnite player. So we're going to get into it. Land on top and then drop down. It is a much better alternative compared to gliding straight for the roof, right? It's a faster way to get there. And you'll see this because Mitr0 does this exact thing and gets the pump first. There's another gun on the roof. This guy gets there, right? He gets there and now it's a 1v1 AR versus pump. Mitr0 fully abuses the fact that he has a pump and he's going to sort of shoot and then hide behind cover while he's like either reloading or just getting ready for the next pump shot. His movement. He misses the first shot, which is fine. I think it's happened because he like sort of hit this metal thing and his movement got cut off. But notice his movement. He's right hand peeking this edge of this pillar, right? He's using the natural builds around him to create right hand advantages. But most importantly, like each time he shoots, before the next shot is ready, he sort of ducks behind the pillar and makes sure that he has full cover. If we watch one more time, that's exactly what Mitr0 is doing. He's using the pillar fully to sort of create this sort of cover for himself, right? Really important to do. And this is what I mean by like, it's nothing crazy mechanical, it's just like really good movement, but like, it's simple. Anyone can recreate this. Seriously, I believe you guys can recreate this. Like, some of you guys already probably do this sort of thing, but like doing it in a really efficient way is key. So something else to note, he just hit that guy 60 white. He doesn't look to loot. He already has a loadout and he's already 160 HP because of the siphon plus the barrels, right? He should have got those barrels too with one more build, but like his priority right now is understanding that guy's late. He just landed. Mitr0 is way ahead of the curve and is now 160 HP with a full loadout super early on in the early game. So the priority right now, instead of continuously looting, which a lot of players would do, Mitr0 is smart and goes for the kill right away because he understands this guy is so out of position. Like, he doesn't have anything. I think he pops a medkit. It might not even be the same guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. This might be the guy up here, honestly, the guy you shot earlier. But regardless, like, he really makes sure that like he understands that if he's ahead of the curve and he's stronger than most people in his POI, he's gonna start pushing. Because if you keep looting, you're giving the chance to the other people to like get stronger and catch up. Something really key here. Really key. He does this piece control move. This edit is not ideal, but it's okay. He gets a trade. So they both hit each other for like 30. And then right here, this is what I mean. Like, this is so simple, so easy to do, and it's so smart, right? He waits for the shot. He's literally looking for it. Like, he's not just gonna peek. A lot of people would just do this edit and just peek right away. But there's no need. Why not? Even if it's attack, a super high fire rate shotgun, you can actually wait for the shot, and then as soon as the shot comes, then you peek, and then there's no way the other guy hits you. You see this? Let's watch it one more time. It's really nice how he does it. Waits for the shot, and then peek. Right? This tactic is super applicable in almost every scenario you have the right hand peanut butter edit. Okay? So every time you have that, look for that opportunity to like wait for the enemy to panic and shoot. A lot of people try to pre-fire. So like sometimes he's not making optimal edits because he realizes it's much better, more value for him to get the kill quickly and do less than optimal edit, something that gets him the kill faster. Right here, this is actually super important. You'll see that he sees the enemy move to the left, and this is the reason why he does a dry peek. Mitr0 is really good at right hands, right? So like I know he has it in him to do it, but he notices the enemy right here. If you watch one more time, he noticed the enemy walk to the left, so he knows that this guy doesn't have good crosshair placement. He's not looking at him. He gets the window, edits, does the cone inside. Most important thing is how he edits his cone. So if he edits the cone like 2 tiles, which most people would do, this guy would have the opportunity to run out. But he edits it only with 1 tile. And then this is very easy to make sure that the enemy doesn't run away. Right? Easy right hand peek, ends the fight. So we switched over to another video, but it's the old season where makeshifts existed. But I still think fundamentally Fortnite, you can learn so much. Okay, so don't be disappointed that it's the last season. I think there's so much to learn regardless. Okay, let's actually try to break this down, because I think there's some stuff, even though there are free kills in terms of people dancing. This guy has no gun. Easy target to go for. Holy, makeshift fire rate. Let's actually so fast. Okay, hits this guy 93. He's 1 HP too. Oh my god, he should build. He has mats. That's so scary. He should build there. So right here, when this guy, you see this guy going to the right like this, he should handshake this angle maybe, and then he could shoot build this wall, right? And then he get a free hit. You see how the guy, you could literally see him through the brick wall right here, right? You can literally see him through the brick wall, moving left to right, moving towards the right. And so if the enemy's right here, you have a really nice right hand peek, and you can shoot wall before the enemy shoots back and reacts. Like, it's a very nice shot that he should totally go for, even though he's 40 HP, because the range at which he is from his opponent, like, even if he gets hit, it's actually really unlikely he'll die. Opens the chest because he needs to run. Hits him 96. Really good piece control. Now he's full boxed, right? Because he understands he can place a stair. If the enemy places a cone, though, he's just dead. So I don't know so much about. If the, like, usually good enemies, right, will jump in and place a cone, and then if the enemy places a cone, I think Mitr0's dead. So that's a little dangerous, but regardless, it works out. This guy, you can see through the stairs, so this guy's clueless. You can literally see the fact that he had no idea what's happening. Something really important he does here. So the enemy pickaxes once, it's at 43 HP. This is not a nice wall to sort of like sit on, because you'll be holding it even if you're 0 ping, and then sometimes you'll like let go and like start running towards the right to maybe get a right hand peek on this guy through the other window, and then as soon as you start leaving, he'll like swing again. And so the one thing you could do is the fact that if your wall's weak, you can just shoot it, break it, and place another one, and then that way it'll be back up to a higher HP, and that's exactly what Mitr0 does. Now the wall is at a higher HP where it cannot get 1 pickaxe. His movement and his aim is really good here. Really good patience. Doesn't shoot. And then as soon as the enemy like misses the edit, he gets a really nice 96 on him. And his movement's so good in order to like, oh my god, this is so 50-50. Yeah, so this at this point, like, okay, look. When he gets this 96, his immediate action should be to edit out the right. 96, done. Stop. Like, done. Or, like, you should try to get this wall. You shouldn't jump in like this. You should try to piece control this wall, edit out the right, and then it's free. You should have went for that edit much earlier. Okay, so Mitr0 has some problems in terms of editing out, I think. Like, he doesn't need to handshake that 50-50 at all. Something that I really want to talk about is like how he gets a really big lead at the beginning of every fight just off of sprays, whether it's an AR, whether it's an SMG. He hits this guy for literally like 60 right off the rip. Oh my god, that was great. So he tries to take the wall, but the enemy open, but he's immediately ready to pull out the pump. Hitting a shot and making sure your shot has like reliability, meaning like in a 50-50 situation when you're in a really close range fight with an enemy, you're gonna hit a shot and you're gonna hit it hard. That's what Mitr0 does really, really well. 170, like, I don't, dude, like, he just doesn't miss, but more importantly, he always hits hard shots. He always hits hard shots, and this is key. It just goes to show like why aim is literally an S tier skill to have in Fortnite. It is one of the most valuable skills you can have in Fortnite. And so like, it's not a bad thing that Mitr0 gets carried by his aim. It's like, it's a really good thing. Like, his aim's really good. He always hits really hard pumps. That's what I've noticed. This is bad habit. That's what I mean. Like, his habits aren't the best. And this just goes to show that, like, you don't need to have everything perfect in Fortnite. You really don't. I mean, it would be better if you did. Of course, everyone's training to eventually get that. But this angle to take this wall is horrible. It's not good, right? And so that plus the addition of double swinging when you're on an enemy's wall like this is just a recipe for disaster, right? But like, I don't know, man. His aim is just so good, and so sometimes you just need to play in a way that where you're rewarded by your strengths, right? And so Mitr0 is really good at aim, and he's not so good at everything else. Like he's like whatever at everything else. His edit accuracy is good. He's a really accurate player, right? His aim and his edit accuracy is just actually insane. So that's what I really like about Mitr0. But like these, it's 3-digit numbers on shotguns every single time, and that's definitely what's carrying him. Right there, that's the edit accuracy that I was talking about. Like that's a really hard edit to do, hard sequence to do, and he still gets that. Let's watch this again. Like 108, triple-digit shotgun shots every single time. He plays in a really simple way. He doesn't really give that much regard to like the fighting game sense and the decisions that you should make during a fight. He just out aims the guy, man. He has good peaks too. Like he uses cover and his movement somewhat well, but what triple digit? This whole video is triple digit shotgun shots. Never ever a shotgun shot where it's not a triple digit. And so the key thing that I've noticed in the last fight specifically is how long he takes to shoot. Look at the difference in terms of when his shotgun is ready to shoot and when he actually takes a shot. It's ready right now. He could click right now. Obviously he wouldn't because he's not on the enemy, but takes his time, waits until the enemy falls into his crosshair, and look how perfect the crosshair is. It fully covered, like the enemy perfectly in the crosshair, and it's like the perfect shot, and he hits it. Again, he waits. Like it's harder to notice in this clip, but it exists here too. Shotgun's ready right now, right? But then he hits a really nice shot, and sort of takes his time and waits until his crosshair is on the target. A lot of people will flick and shoot without checking, and the biggest tip that I give in terms of, and even I'm victim to this, even I do it a lot, honestly. And the biggest thing that I need to work on to make sure my aim's good is to wait until the crosshair's on the enemy, check, and then shoot. And usually, like, that's like really important to do, right? Triple digit number. Like this, okay, for example, this angle right here is not a good angle right here. This isn't a good angle to take in general. It's not a safe angle, but because Mitr0 is so confident in his aim, he always takes this angle, right? I'm not suggesting that you should at all. I don't think it's a good angle at all. You should go, like, there's better angles to take a wall. Like, what if the enemy runs out, cones you, and then, like, it's just really hard, right? But because Mitr0 is so confident in his aim and the fact that he's gonna hit his shot no matter what, and you'll probably win if the other guy 50-50s, like, oh, he's so smart. Okay, never mind. Wait, what? He has mats. Why couldn't he build here? Bro. Oh, that's so funny to watch. Why are these guys landing so late? You know what's really cool is seeing the different playstyles that pro players have. I never really noticed this until I started watching, but the fact that like Mitr0 is so reliant on his aim and doesn't play like other pros, like he makes a lot of mistakes. 105 with a makeshift. Hello? He take, dude, this is crazy to watch. This is crazy. He takes 50-50s a lot just because he's so confident in his shot. Again, like hitting every shot. Good pre-fire, hit him 90 or 80. Cracks him here. Good ramp. Play around your strengths and make sure that you're playing in a way that if you're really good at something, you're gonna play around that. If you're really fast mechanically, outpace your opponent. If you're really good at piece control your opponent. If you're really good at peaks, make sure you're doing peaks really well and playing in a way that abuses that. I think that'll win your fights a lot. Like, yes, you should be practicing your weaknesses and making sure that your weaknesses are up to par. Oh my god, man. It's crazy. It's actually crazy to watch. It really is. Like, he's hacking, man. His aim is so good. 88 hipfire infantry, hello? He's so good. And like, since Mitr0 knows his aim is like above average, he just 50-50 sometimes. I swear. Like, you see this? Just because he's so confident. Like right here, he lost aim duel, but like most of the time he wouldn't. All right, that's crazy. That guy's standing still, but like 120 on that. I swear this is why pro players are pro players, especially in fight specific. Like, obviously they have good game sense in terms of end game, in terms of how to rotate well, like all the things that are involved in competitive. Obviously they have that sort of game sense and are smart about the way they do those things. But in fights specifically, pro players are just examples of just abusing their skill. They abuse their skill. Whatever they're good at, they make sure they play that way. I swear to God, there are so many players that are much better in terms of decision making with Mitr0 and how he plays the fights. Like, the way he plays the fights is not ideal, right? He takes way too much damage sometimes, but his aim is carrying him, man. It really is. And that's okay if that's the case, right? Because Mitr0 can get better at all those other things. 107, by the way, that distance. I think that's like a near perfect shot. Mitr0 is aiming pre-fires, man. I swear to God, it's so entertaining to watch. 200 on a left hand. Watching this video makes me want to train my aim. It's like a motivation. Like, I feel like I'm motivated to train my aim now. Seriously, like even more than I have. Like, it needs to be good. Because like, look at this. The value you get from just hitting a hard shot in a fight. I mean, there's actually really two lessons that you should take away from this video. Number one, aim is a really important skill, right? So train it, actually train it, and make sure it's good, because a lot of people underestimate how good at aim really is. Because sometimes builds don't matter, bro. It's a shooter. Like, sometimes you just need to kill the opponent. A lot of people forget that, right? A lot of people think that you need to like montage the other guy. Like, you really don't. You really don't. You just need good aim to hit hard shots, right? The better aim you have, the more the game rewards you in terms of giving you a good number that you hit the enemy for. And that's what Mitr0 is really good at. So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is to play towards your strengths, right? Create a playstyle that sort of abuses the strengths that you have, and make sure the strength that you have is actually valued. Try it in arena. Literally, like, I'd first identify what your strength is, and if you don't have strengths, then I mean, you just have to practice. But if you have a particular thing that you're really good at over most average players, play in a way in arena. Go play 3 Thor in arena games and just try playing in a way that just abuses that strength. If you're really fast, really mechanical, try to outpace your opponent. If you're really slow in terms of but have really good aim, play like Mitr0. I swear to God, I feel like it would really pay off. Honestly, I feel like too many people try to be like other pro players when they don't have the same skill sets as them. And that's the biggest lesson to take away from this video. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment anything you want in the comments below, especially questions about this concept. I really want to hear what you guys think, and I would love to talk to you guys in the comments. So that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.